Amazing. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now it's time to sit back and relax, everyone, for one of my favorite segments, Watch With Us, where we learn all about the latest and greatest in TV, movies, and streaming. Coming to us from Rotten Tomatoes, where she hosts the catch-up. Give it up, T-Tribe, for my amazing friend, Miss Naz Perez.
Yes, I'm saying yes.
Hi, friends. How are you?
Hey, Naz. Naz knows a lot about lust and love. Right, Naz? Did you hear what we were talking about?
It's just me and my memory foam mattress. That's all I know, girl. It's just me and the mattress.
Love. It's love at first sight, isn't it?
It is. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you're right, Courtney. Like, a memory foam mattress is probably the most essential thing. Like, especially this year over any other year. You know what I mean?
Girl, I ain't getting out of mine.
T-Tribe, you know how this works. Naz is going to break down all the things that we must binge over the weekend. She is going to let us know what is hot right now so we can get in on some new shows. So, Naz, what do you got for us this week?
All right, guys. Well, I have a Netflix extravaganza for you guys. Again, you know, like I always say, if you don't know what to watch, head on over to RottenTomatoes.com. We have this section on our website called Binge Central. It is the most useful thing, and there's a bunch of lists of what to watch. And my favorite thing on there right now is the best shows and series on Netflix. So just so you guys know, we actually update that every month. And there's over 168 titles on there. So you'll never run out of things to watch. So I sort of wanted to curate a list, you know, in honor of that list. So starting with a film coming out in less than a week called The Boys in the Band, coming out September 30th on Netflix. This is another, you know, Ryan Murphy extravaganza. I guess it's my favorite word today. And low-key, guys, I feel like Ryan Murphy should be giving me, like, commission. Because don't you feel like every time I come on your show, I'm, like, telling you about, like, a Ryan Murphy show? Well, this was really good. I'm so excited to tell you guys about this because I didn't know that it actually was originally a play. It's an adaptation of a Tony Award-winning and game-changing play by Mark Crowley. So the play was revolutionary when it came out in 1968. It actually sparked a revolution because it put gay men's lives on stage sort of unapologetically without judgment in a world that wasn't, you know, willing to fully accept them. So basically the film, what's cool is that this play came out like way back in the day, then came out again with a cast, and the same cast of that play is the cast of this movie. So you have Matt Bomer, you know, Jim Parsons, who we just saw in Hollywood. And basically it's about a group of gay men that all get together in this New York City apartment in 1968. You know, like I said, when being gay was considered to be best kept behind closed doors, they get drunk, they party, and the evening slowly exposes, you know, the lines between their friendship and themselves. And then one of the characters' straight college roommates shows up unexpectedly. And so each man is sort of challenged to confront these like long buried truths about themselves. Low-key, I haven't seen, you know, a big production in a minute. I feel like that is just centered around gay men's lives, and the dialogue is just so incredible. It's very moving. It's funny. I cried at the end. So don't miss out on Boys in the Band, coming out less than a week from today.
Oh, I'm gonna watch that, girl. That's got my 2 top G's, good and gay. So my eyes will definitely be peeled just for the Boys in the Band, girl. I'm gonna be Josie and the Pussycats with a tambourine on the side. I'm in the band too, girl. Jing-a-ling-ling-ling. That's it.
There is a little dance number, Courtney, so maybe you'll get in on that, actually. I'm really curious to see what you think of it. What were you going to say, Alex?
Well, what I was going to say is, like, I got to get in on this, like, Ryan Murphy crew, because if you get in with Ryan Murphy, you will be casted in 15 of his projects. And you know what I mean? And I love it. And I want to know, how do we, like, just get us in the Ryan Murphy club, you know?
I know. How do we get in on that? You know what's cool too? Andrew Rannells is in this. I don't know if you guys remember him from Girls. I mean, he's in a bunch of stuff, obviously. You know, he came from Book of Mormon, but he's also in this too. But yeah, you're right. There's another, you know, there's a couple other cast members that are sort of Ryan Murphy like favorites. And like, yeah, we got to get in on this because he's got that $300 million deal with Netflix. He ain't going anywhere.
Well, he better keep delivering like he does.
Exactly. Right. And Neither are you, Naz. So what else do you got for us to watch on Netflix?
Okay, I'm so excited to tell you guys about this next show because it's not a new show, but it's Schitt's Creek. If you haven't heard the word Schitt's Creek, hopefully you have heard about them, since this past weekend because they just sweeped the Emmys. But basically it was this little show from Canada that was on Pop TV. There's 6 seasons total, and it gained worldwide popularity when Netflix picked it up. But Netflix only has 5 seasons right now, and the 6th season comes out October 7th, and it's 100% certified fresh on the tomato meter. If you don't know what Schitt's Creek's about, it's a show that's about a wealthy family. They're called the Roses. They basically lose all their money, and they're forced to move to this small town that they own called Schitt's Creek that they bought as a joke. It's literally so funny. They took home 9 Emmys this weekend. And yeah, it stars Eugene Levy, who's just like a Hollywood icon. His son, Dan Levy, they sort of co-created it. Catherine O'Hara's in it. She's another icon. She plays the funniest narcissist on TV named Moira Rose. The sister is played by Alexis Murphy, and all 4 of them, I don't know why I held up 8, but all 4 of them won an acting Emmy this weekend, which is just a testament to how outstanding the acting really is on this show. And not only is it funny, it's a show about love, inclusivity, family. So if you guys have never seen Schitt's Creek, definitely binge the first 5 seasons right now on Netflix and get excited for the final season because it's definitely the best one. It'll leave you crying, laughing. And this show is really just the show to be watching right now,
It truly is. It's one of my favorites, and I love that they swept the Emmys this weekend. And Catherine O'Hara is amazing in it. I mean, everyone is amazing, but her character is unbelievable. What's great about this too, T-Tribe, is they're only 30 minutes. So you only need to sit down on the couch, and it's easy to binge too, right, Naz?
It's so easy to binge, and it's such a feel-good show. And I agree, Catherine O'Hara's character, Moira Rose, she wears all these different wigs on the show. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Did I freeze?
Yeah. No.
Oh, man. Did my face look really fat when I was frozen?
No.
That's my biggest fear. Okay, anyways, Moira Rose, she wears all these different wigs. And you know what's funny, Alex? I was reading that they gave her 8 to 10 wigs to choose from every day she showed up on set, a new one. And she would just grab, oh no, I froze again.
No, you're not.
Forget it.
Okay.
Oh, I thought I got free. I'm freezing on my end. So they gave her 8 to 10 wigs to choose from. And so she would impulsively just pick one out, right before she'd go on set. And sometimes she'd throw them on backwards. So I'm really happy she took home an Emmy for that role because it's just outstanding. And she's incredible.
I've only seen a few episodes of it, but I wanted to say that something I didn't realize, I don't be looking into stuff before I just watch it. It's usually, you recommend something, Naz, and I'm like, oh, well, Naz said it, I'm gonna watch. And I really enjoyed the fact that it was really short. Before I knew it, the episode is over. And so that's delightful for me. So now I'm probably gonna wait until it's the next season premieres and then go and watch all of it. Because I haven't seen a lot of it, maybe only the first couple episodes.
Yeah. You would love it. I mean, it's a beautiful story, and Dan Levy deserves all the awards for it, and his character is a beautiful arc on it, and I really love Schitt's Creek. So yeah, that's my show.
All right. So what else are you recommending today on Netflix, Naz?
Okay, so I have another film for you guys. So The Boys in the Band was a film. Schitt's Creek is a show. I have another film for you guys. You may not have heard of this. This film came out of Sundance. And it's 95% fresh on the tomato meter. And it's called The 40-Year-Old Version, not virgin like the movie, version, like a version of something. And this is about a woman named Rada. And she's basically this New York playwright. She's desperate for a breakthrough before she turns 40 years old. And when her last shot at success basically goes south, she's left having to reinvent herself as a rapper called Rodimus Prime. And she alternates between the worlds of hip hop and theater while she's trying to find her true voice. Lena Waithe produced this, and Rada Blank, the woman who stars in it, she actually wrote and directed it. And it's just a very candid and like very personal, but also hilarious debut from her. What I also love about the film is that it's in black and white. They shot it on 35 millimeter film. It's if you guys like those like New York films, it's a very like snapshot of New York. You know, it feels like a very New York movie. I really love it. It was so personal, so hilarious. The Hollywood Reporter called it funny, thought-provoking, wholly original. And I think this is just the beginning of what we're going to see from Rada Blank, because she's it, man. It's really good. So if you guys want something different that you think you normally wouldn't turn on or wouldn't watch, I highly recommend 40-Year-Old Version. Again, that's coming out October 9th.
See, that sounds like a really good story. I really love, you know, all of the reboots and reimaginings of our favorites, but there's something about like an original story like this that will really move me to be like, ooh, I want to check this out. Something new, something different.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we need to like switch it up. You know, sometimes we get in the groove of watching the same things over and over again. And, you know, that's what's so great about all these streaming platforms is that all these original stories and stories, even of people of color, are being told now. And so I definitely think this is one to check out, especially if you love hip hop, because she like freestyle raps in it. I love rap. Like I love rapping and I just love rap in general. And her freestyles are so hilarious. Like I was dying laughing.
Naz, you can rap. You wanna rap for us?
You want to drop a rap? Hey, I can rap as fast as Twista, but I'm scared there'll be some curse words in it. Let's see. Girl, I'll see you in them apple bottom jeans. Shit on your back. I want to know your name. Girl, I'm so I can throw your brains. Put you in the chameleon 04 range. She'll sexy me, smoke that thing. Drinking like a chicken when you throw that thing. She got me hotter than the way she talks. So I'm loving the way she talks.
Girl, you better knock my eyebrows off, girl.
I love putting Naz on the spot. You know, this is what I'm here to do.
Alex, I know, you're my favorite. Let's just say I've had a lot of free time in 2020.
No, but back to the 40-Year-Old Version. What I love about this also is that it highlights like life right now and kind of reinventing yourself. And I love the female kind of empowerment that you're not too old to do anything, that we can do something at any age. We can reinvent ourselves. That's what I love about this. So I'm excited to watch this, definitely.
Yeah, Alex, you hit the nail on the coffin. It's so true. It's like, and for those people that feel like they're never sort of fulfilling their dreams, it's always ongoing. So not only is this, you know, funny and different, it's also very inspiring.
Awesome. All right. Else you have us.
We don't have to. So on the what?
We don't even have to switch streaming services. We are just here and sitting and watching. So I love it.
I know. I'm telling you guys, I'm making it super easy for you. So on the same day, October 9th, that the 40-Year-Old Version comes out, we also have The Haunting of Bly Manor. So if you guys are super into horror, and if you loved, it's the Haunting anthology series on Netflix. So if you loved The Haunting of Hill House, this is sort of like the next highly anticipated chapter of that sort of franchise, I guess I would call it. It's from Mike Flanagan. I just love him so much. And so this one is set in 1980s England. And so basically what happens is after an au pair dies this tragic death, this man hires an American nanny to take care of his orphan niece and nephew who live at Bly Manor with like a chef, a housekeeper, and a groundskeeper. Obviously, not all is what it seems in like this super creepy house because, you know, there are like centuries of dark secrets about love and loss just waiting to be unearthed in it. I'm going to admit to you guys, I actually never watched Haunting of Hill House, but like I said, I love Mike Flanagan. He directed Dr. Sleep. And so I was like, all right, I got to hop on this franchise on Netflix now. But then I was like, well, how scary could it be? You know, like I love horror and I just feel like some horror shows just aren't that scary to me. Let me tell you guys. Towards the end of the first episode, there is a scene where my heart was beating so fast, like faster than when I'm in an earthquake in LA by myself. Like it was so scary. It is being described as like a chilling gothic romance too. So I'm hoping to see, you know, some good romance in the series down the line. I've only watched the first episode, but yeah, if you guys are into like creepy little kids, an American, you know, nanny stuck abroad, having to watch them, you'll be into Bly Manor. And if you loved Haunting of Hill House and you want to know how it compares, I actually took a critic's review off RottenTomatoes.com, and it was off TV Line, and he said that this one is as gripping and grounded as its predecessor. So I think if you're a fan of Haunting of Hill House, you're definitely going to love Haunting of Bly Manor.
Courtney, are you a big horror fan?
Listen, Alex, I very much am a big horror fan. Remember, girl, I was telling you I'm gonna get the Freddy Krueger tattoo. However, I don't like things that are like just a little bit scary. So I like the fact that you said, Naz, that your heart was beating out of your chest, because now that makes me feel like I need to shut all my blinds, turn the lights off, and watch this with the wine, girl, because I love to scream, spill the wine everywhere, girl. That sounds like a good time. Yeah.
I feel like watching, I like so badly want to watch a horror movie with you now, Courtney. And you too, Alex, obviously.
Girl, I go through the motions. Oh my God, girl, watch out.
Screaming in the movie theater. You know what I mean? Like, he's
I don't know if this is like too like funny, like, you know, off weird to say, but I only like to watch shark movies and horror movies with my Black friends, because literally, it is like they just literally scream at the screen, and it is like the best experience for me. So yeah,
I love that you said if you like creepy little kids, you would like this.
Alex, why are so creepy? What?
We are like that. Why are little kids so creepy in horror movies? You know what I mean? There's always a little kid.
It's because like sometimes they hold the stare just a little too long. You know, they're like, "Hi."
There she is. I mean,
yeah.
What's also creepy is when they play like the lullabies in the horror movies. When they do that kind of juxtaposition of a lullaby and then like a knife, and you're like, what is happening in this?
Yeah, like with Annabelle and the doll. Yeah, no. It's so scary.
Exactly. All right, so we are ending this with this one I'm very excited for. It's called Social Distance.
Yes. Yeah, so obviously, again, on Netflix, this one comes out October 15th. Of course, you know, guys, I had to throw in some reality for you because I know you guys love reality. And this one's really interesting, so I think you're definitely going to want to write October 15th down in your calendar. So this show was made, cast, executed entirely remotely during quarantine. It's an 8-part anthology series, and it basically showcases like the power of the human spirit in uncertainty and isolation, aka all of our lives right now. And each episode is standalone, so they basically focus on a different person, different story, and their emotional experience that they go through when they have no choice but to communicate remotely and rely on technology to maintain any sense of connection, which is like basically what all three of us are doing right now. I know a lot of people may be thinking to themselves, well, you know, Naz, like I love TV for escapism. Like I don't want to be reminded of the state the world is in right now. So to those people, I just want to let you know that the point of this show is to actually provide people with like much needed catharsis while at the same time documenting like this crazy time that we're living in history, you know?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's wild.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of like, is it filmed by the people in that are being social? Like, is this kind of like Blair Witch Project-y? Like, I feel like a little.
Let's get me Blair Witch girl, home girl, but you know, top girl.
Yeah, you know what's funny, Alex? That's something I haven't seen this one yet. Like I couldn't get like a screener for it. So I am actually really curious to find out. I'm assuming yes. Maybe they sent like a camera crew, you know, to like be in their house, but I'm assuming that these people are documenting it themselves, which is honestly an incredible thing to put together a Netflix show like this, an 8-part series on different stories. And I just think, you know, so many people have been going through so many things during the pandemic, and we know what people in our close circle have been going through, but we don't really know how everyone has truly been affected by this around the world. We also don't know what the long-term ramifications of this is going to be, you know, like how is somebody going to be a year from now because of what happened this year? So I think much like, you know, reminding yourself you're not alone, it'll be nice to watch something like this.
I was just about to say that, Naz. I was going to say, you know, the fact that we don't know what's going on, how other people around the world are dealing with this, maybe watching this, we can find comfort in being like, well, at least I'm not just going through this alone. Like everyone sort of plays their part in what their role is in the pandemic.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's more hope and togetherness in being alone. So I love that Netflix put this show together. So yeah.
Yes, and I love this togetherness that we get to share every single time you come on. So it's us alone, and of course brings us amazing recommendations. So thanks so much, Naz, for coming on the show again. T-Tribe, you know how this works. Let us know in the chat what your favorite recommendation Naz gave us, and we gotta go binge all this great stuff. So Naz, if they want more of you, where can they find you?
Yeah, guys. So please hit me up on my Instagram. I'd love to know, it's right there. I'd love to know what you guys are currently streaming, what you're excited about. But of course, I'm on all the Rotten Tomatoes channels, on the Catch Up and Binge Guide, on their Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. But do not forget to hit up RottenTomatoes.com if you guys want to find out what to watch, especially on Netflix. Like I told you, my favorite list right now is the best shows and series on Netflix. We update it every month, over 168 titles. You'll never run out of things to watch. So yeah, thank you guys so much for having me, and happy binging.
Thanks for coming, Naz. It's always a pleasure, girl.
Love
Here's
you.
to my BF.
Oh, you are bad.
Yeah.
Damn.
I still can't tell the
I know. You'll never get it. It's fine.
I feel like my grandma right now on the computer.
Exactly. So we'll stick to rapping and recommendations. All right, the two R&Rs.
I'm so tired. I forgot I even did that. Oh man, please edit that out. All right, thanks guys.
Bye, girl.